Ever caught yourself doom scrolling at 2 a.m., heart racing, mind spinning, wondering if this is just how modern life is supposed to feel? I have been there, wired, tired, and convinced that the stress is the price of ambition. But what if the answers to our 21st century stress have been hiding in plain sight of thousands of years? Today, I will show you how ancient wisdom from the Gita, the Upanishads, the Buddhist teachings, and modern neuroscience can help you break this cycle. Welcome back to the SQ series, where we unlock spiritual intelligence as part of our 4Q framework for holistic well being. If you are new, I am Dr. Rajiv Tyagi. I am on a mission to bridge ancient wisdom with modern science for a calmer, more meaningful life. The Upanishads whisper, Tat Tvam Asi, you are that. Buddha taught, peace comes from within. And neuroscience finally catching up, proving these masters were right all along. Let's be real. Modern stress is not just annoying, it is also rewiring our brains. The American Psychological Association says 77% of us experience physical symptoms from this stress. We are stuck in fight or flight, even when the only tiger in the room is a work deadline. But this is not new. The Vedas described this as rajas, restlessness, agitation, endless striving. The Gita, chapter 6, in verse 6, says, For one who has conquered the mind is the best friend. For one who has failed, the mind is the greatest enemy. Modern science also agrees today. Dr. Sarah Lazar at Harvard found that chronic stress shrinks the prefrontal cortex, our decision making headquarters, while bulking up the amygdala, the fear center. We are literally training our brains to be anxious all the time. Now, how we can improve this? First ancient practice which works greatly in stress is pranayama. Sounds mystical, but it's really about hacking your nervous system. How it works? You just inhale through your left nostril for 4 counts. Then you hold your breath for another 4 to 6 counts. And then you exhale through other nostril for 6 count. And you repeat this for 5 minutes. I have done a full video on the technique, how you perform this pranayama. Now you will ask why this works. Dr. Stephen Porges' polyvagal theory clearly shows that the slow, controlled breathing stimulates the vagus nerve, flipping us from panic to peace. Dr. Andrew Huberman's research confirms when we perform longer exhales, as we do in this pranayam, breathing out for long, they drop stress hormones fast. The yogis called this Rechka, the cleansing breath. After 2 weeks, my resting heart rate dropped, sleep improved, and I stopped snapping at my inbox. You can try it now and you will notice the shift. The next practice is simply practicing mindfulness. Buddha taught suffering is our refusal to accept the present. Dr. Sarah Lazar's neuroscientist shows that 8 weeks of mindfulness meditation thickens the brain's attention and emotion regulation centers. What I do in my daily routine, I sit for 10 to 20 minutes, focus on my breath. When thoughts arise, I just note them and come back to my breathing. The Upanishads say, Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma, meaning all is consciousness. When you observe thoughts without clinging or attaching yourself to the outcome, you access deeper awareness. Modern science calls this metacognition, the ability to notice your own mind. It's like stepping out of the storm. Here is where the Gita gets very practical. Krishna tells Arjuna, Yogaha Karmasu Koshalam, which means yoga is skill in action. Do your work but let go of the outcome. Please forgive my pronunciation about this name. The psychologist Mihai Csikszentmihalyi called this as flow. When you are so absorbed in a task, you lose track of yourself and stress goes away. Research shows your inner critic shuts down and you perform better with less anxiety. So, how you can try it? Pick one task, no multitasking, please. Set a clear intention. Focus on the process, not focus on the results. When you catch yourself worrying about the outcomes, gently return to the task. This is called Nishkama Karma, action without attachment. It is the freedom from the hamster wheel of what ifs. Ancient wisdom says, practice santosha, containment. The Yoga Sutras call it a foundation for peace. The Isha Upanishad opens up with Isha Vasayam Idam Sarvam. All is infused by the divine. Modern science agrees. Dr. Robert Emmons found that gratitude boosts the dopamine and serotonin hormones, the brain's natural antidepressants. It also lowers the stress hormone, which is cortisol. So typically, I would integrate in my daily routine by writing three things in the evening when you are back from the work, which you are grateful for. Include one challenge you are grateful for. This will rewire your brain to see obstacles as growth. So, whatever you failed in a day, could not do, put that as a challenge to be done next day. Feel the gratitude, don't just list it. Buddhism adds mudita, rejoicing in others' happiness. It is the antidote to compassion and scarcity. The hardest but most liberating practice is to surrender. The Yoga Sutras call it Ishvara Pranidhana, which means trusting the process. The Gita's famous line, abandon all varieties of dharma and just remember unto me. Do not fear. Stanford's Dr. Kelly McNoy found that people who see stress as a challenge, not a threat, have better health and resilience. Ancient surrender is not about giving up, it's about releasing the illusion of control. How you can practice. When stress hits, ask, what is this teaching me? Focus on my response, not the outcome. Use a mantra, I trust the process, or simply let go. This is called as Wu Wei, effortless action in harmony with life. Here is the kicker. These are not just feel good ideas. Neuroscientists like Dr. Richard Davidson have shown that contemplative practices literally rewire the brain for resilience, compassion, and clarity. After 3 months of these practices, my cortisol level normalized, my heart rate variability improved, my sleep became much deeper, and most importantly, I was no longer at war with stress. It has become my teacher. The Upanishad remind us you are that which you seek, the peace, clarity, and strength you crave. Here is what 3,000 years of wisdom and my practice taught me. Number one, you are not your thoughts. You are the only one observing them. Number two, your breath is your bridge from stress to calm, always available to you. Number three, resistance fuels sufferings. Acceptance creates space for real solutions. Number four, consistency beats intensity. Tiny daily practices change everything. The sages were not escaping the world, they were mastering how to move through it with presence and grace. In an age of non stop notifications, social media, we need these skills more than ever. Few years ago, I was drowning in stress, convinced it was just the price of ambition. Today, I still face chaos and uncertainty, but I am not at war with my experience. I am learning from it. The Chand Yoga Upanishad says, Tat Tvam Asi, you are that. The peace and resilience you seek already within you is present. These practices just help you to remember that everything is within you. Now, your challenge. Pick one technique from today, just one. Try it for 7 days. Notice what shifts within you, not just in your stress, but in how you relate to life itself as a whole. If this resonated, smash that like button so others can find this. Subscribe for more ancient wisdom meets modern science all through the 4Q framework. And tell me in the comments which technique will you try first. Remember, the goal is not to eliminate stress, it is to transform your relationship with it. The sages knew it, science is proving it, and you can experience it too, starting now. Until next time, keep discovering yourself.